What's up, Millionaires? It's your boy Millionaire E coming at you with a TV show review. Another TV show we're going to be talking about today is X-Men 97. Now, before we get started, spoiler alert for anyone who's not seen the show yet, don't want to spoil it for you. And just to give you all a brief of what X-Men 97 is it's basically a kind of sequel, but then also a continuation of the X-Men the animated series. So like the art style is different. Some of the characters have had changes, and I'll continue to kind of tell y'all as I kind of give my review over it. But first, I'm gonna show you some of the things that I had gotten. So the first thing that I got was One Punch Man manga. So this manga right here, I dropped One Punch Man, but then I was like, you know what? Let me try to read the manga. And reading like the manga, I was like, it's something about like the illustrations and the drawings in the book. Like it's more, I don't know if it's the right word, serious, or it's more kind of intense. Like some of the pictures, and I was like, yeah, oh man, like this right here. I'm like, let me get back in. So I just got back into it and started reading books. I want to get some more of the One Punch Man books, actually. And then another thing is I was supposed to I was meeting with my friends because we were gonna go hang out, celebrate a friend's birthday, and we were supposed to meet up at this toy shop, Toy Swamp. And basically, what it is it's basically where people can bring like any type of things, comics or action figures, or even pop figures, or even Legos, just to sell. And I was literally looking at this one booth, and I found this pop, and let me tell y'all, before I show you, I was like, wow, I didn't know that this pop existed, first of all. And like when I looked it up, I was like, wow, that's the only pop of this show. Like this character's from a show, but the only character from that show that was turned into a pop. And I'm like, that's so cool. And the one I'm talking about it's Ben 10 Alien Force Swamp Fire. Now, like, this is an old show, but it's so interesting that Swamp Fire is the only like pop that is like a pop figure. The only character that got the pop figure treatment. And I'm like, wow, this is so cool. And it's like you could see he's got his kind of fire. He's almost kind of like a plant, and he uses fire, which is interesting because but yeah, I was like, I had to get this because I remember watching a little bit of Benton, Swamp Fire, Cannonball, Goop, Echo Echo. I could probably name a couple of other ones, but yeah, I was like, I had to get this one. This is cool. So yeah, and then another thing that I got, y'all know, I've said it almost every single time that I love One Piece. And what I got, I was like, yo, this is cool. So I have a whole bunch of different, One Piece shirts and stuff, but I was like, this one is cool. So it's basically, it is a wanted poster. It's like a wanted poster with Luffy on it. So, it's the amount of berries that he's cost, but it's Monkey D. Luffy. Now, while I was like shopping in the store, I did see another one that was basically him in his like Gear 5, but they didn't have my size, and I was like, oh man. So I had to go with this one. But this one looks cool too. Now, let's get back to talking about X-Men 97. So X-Men 97 is a continuation, like I said, of the older series. And in X-Men 97, some things have happened. A few things have happened. Meaning Charles Xavier has died. Jean Grey is now pregnant, and basically, like Cyclops, he's now the leader of the group. Now, I'm not gonna give you like the whole kind of, because there's 4 episodes now. There's a new episode coming. I don't know if it's Tuesday or Wednesday, but I'll tell you some of the things that I liked. And there's not really anything that I didn't like about the show. So one of the cool things is with Magneto. Magneto is brought into the show, but he's also kind of like, he's not bad anymore. He's not like evil, because back then, he really was trying to fight for the protection of the mutants, because during the whole with this whole thing with X-Men, it's like the mutants are hated. They're these abominations, not even human, while the humans are like, we hate them and stuff. And Magneto was like, no, I'm going to protect my mutants and all that. But now, in this show, he's more actually kind of like, he does hate mutants, or he does hate humans, but he's not trying to be like extreme about it. And the reason why I say that is because in one of the scenes, and spoiler alert as well, there's a scene where basically they're like, oh, Magneto, you're on trial. You're going to go on trial. And he's like, you know what? If it's to gain y'all's trust, I will go on trial. So he basically goes on trial, and they're throwing these allegations like, man, you did all this, you did all this. And what ends up happening is a riot happens. And everybody's all fighting. The X-Men are trying to, they're trying to crowd control. And this assassin comes in here and ends up shooting at Magneto with this gun that apparently takes away the X-Men, like takes away a mutant's ability. Now what ends up happening is Storm gets hit because she sacrifices himself for Magneto. So she ends up losing her powers. And Magneto, what he does, you would think this man is trying to be like good. He's trying not to be like that controlling, like evil person trying to take out humans. So you would think after what this happened, like that would have broke like the straw on the camel's back. But what ends up happening is homie literally lifts up the government seats or the government people in their seats, gets the assassin, puts him on a large coin, takes them all up to space, and has this whole talk about how he was like, if this would have happened back then, y'all would have been dead. Like his whole speech was talking about how he was like, but now, being that Charles Xavier is dead and how he has put that thought in me to that humans and mutants can live together, he's like, I can't do that. So he was like, he gave them while they're up in space, and you could tell they're freezing, they're a little bit cold, but he's like, don't let me fail y'all. And it takes them back down. And I was like, the speech was like so cool. He was super calm about it. And then another thing, I really like the details of the characters, how the characters look and how they're kind of shaped and stuff. And I will say another thing, y'all know that I love Lego. This show ignited, if not, it didn't lit a fire, but it ignited the fire in me that I was like, I want the Lego X-Men minifigures now. Because it's like, I have Storm, like the actual Storm character with her mohawk and in the white clothing, but it's like, now I want Beast, I want Wolverine, Cyclops, Rogue. Heck, I think there's another like Lego set that's gonna be X-Men coming out. I'm like, I want to get that one too. But yeah, the show's really nice. The characters are really, I will say there are some cheesy lines, but the characters are really cool. And I will say, Bishop, if not Bishop or Morph, would be two of my favorite characters. And the powers that I would want to have. Because Bishop's power is, he can absorb laser shots and then like basically throw them back at people. While Morph, their power is they can transform into anybody they want and use the powers. So yeah, it's a really cool show. So y'all should check it out. And for those who, have seen the animated series, tell me, and has watched, X-Men 97, tell me what y'all thought about it. And if you haven't seen it, check out the X-Men, the animated series, and then check out X-Men 97. And tell me what y'all thought. And also, remember y'all, like the video, share with your fam. And if you're subscribed, hit that bell icon to be notified for more videos. And I'll see you on the next video, y'all. Bye, y'all. Have a blessed day. And also, be careful during the eclipse. Because I know there's going to be an eclipse today. So, bye. See y'all later. Bye.